Today we're going to be reviewing the Dungeons & Lasers 3rd edition Kickstarter, or at least a part of it. Archon sent me the Town Sewers set to review featuring a new clear plastic and a prototype disclaimer letter, which is important, remember that for later. The Woodhaven set that they're trying to build has a ton of really cool things in it, and then they sent me a huge box of all of their old Kickstarter stuff, so I'm very appreciative for that. We have the Town Sewers set, which is what we're actually reviewing. They also sent me their Fantasy Core set, Sci-Fi Core set, their Hall of Heroes room, a Dwarven Mine room, a Dragon mini, as well as some Animal Companion minis, and their 3-part stretch goal set from their second Kickstarter. This is awesome because I haven't used their old sets before, and now I can compare the new stuff to the old ones. So I can try it out on this Fantasy Core set, which have these cool little pegs that you put everything into, as well as walls and floors. It's actually super easy because these little pegs connect to each of the 4 sides on these floors. Now they can connect to each other, and that little cross-like shape is where the walls stick into, and so you have a really modular design. The walls and floor pieces break off of the injection molded sprues without much cleanup necessary at all. These are pretty much ready to go. You can always paint them to make them look better, but if you're fine with leaving things gray, you have a modular design that works very, very well. I was surprised at how much actually came in each box, and I was starting to get pretty darn excited to play with my new toys. I finished up taking all of the clips, the end caps, and the little pins that fit down into any holes to make it look seamless off, and I was ready to actually start putting things together. It was super simple, super easy, and I could make a room in no time flat. I was very, very impressed with the product as a whole. The outside walls could be placed in by using either the long clips or the end caps. I'm not sure if that's the actual name for them, but that's what I'm calling them, which leads to my only actual complaint. There's tons of long clips, but they only give you a few of these end caps, and walls are on the end. I would like more of those. I don't know how to say it other than it just works. These things pop in and they work every single time. I really like that they leave some pieces with holes in them, like this sewer grady bottom on this part here. It allows for a lot of creative play by putting things underneath and just lets your imagination run wild. It holds its shape really well when handled, which is a high compliment for modular design. You don't always get that. So now we have an actual baseline to compare the new set, the thing we're actually reviewing in this video to. Right away you can see the main draw to this set is the clear plastic water sets. It's kind of stand out, and they already fixed the problem with the end caps. They already know that that must have been a complaint other people had and wanted more of them. So they fixed that, and then they have the walls for the sewer. The first thing to notice is that this plastic is much harder. There's no way I can break this off of the sprues without possibly breaking some of the actual pieces of plastic. It's very, very tough. Even the gray sewer walls have much thicker sprues on their injection molding that I can't just break off, so I still have to use my clippers to get them off as well. This set features running water next to standing stones, which you can see here on the box. I think the main idea is to eventually paint the stones so that you can see them differently than the water, and a bunch of clear plastic pieces to go underneath them so that it all is transparent. So I get to work laying out a small little flowing water setup within a sewer so that I can try this out and see how it works. And you can see with this clear plastic connector, you can't see anything there, and it has a nub that fills those holes where the other one you had to do that individually, but they said that will change later. I started placing the clips on the back of these, and I couldn't get most of the clips to go down all the way. I think because there were still some sprue leftover bits on the clips, it made it really hard to push down because this is incredibly hard plastic and it had no give. Because of that, it made them misalign, and this whole thing was kind of bowed. Compare that to the plastic that's a little bit softer on their walls, which does have some give and allow you to push things down and kind of force your way through things. This one has no give to it whatsoever. As a result, these pieces actually need to be cleaned up perfectly to align properly, or else it's going to have this bow to them and things just won't sit right. The walls won't even sit in there properly. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and try and go along the edges of this to get it as flat as humanly possible to give this the best shot that I can. As I was trying to clean up some of these clips, I was taking apart the stuff that I had set up, and I broke one of the clips because it's not all that durable. And it's so hard, I actually broke the tip of my X-Acto knife. But eventually I got this thing as smooth as I could reasonably get it and tried round 2. For this attempt, I still had some bowing between the pieces due to improper fittings, but they said they fixed that, so I'll move on for now. When putting the water together, there aren't enough clear clips to connect them all, so I ended up having to use the gray ones, and I still had pieces of water left over. It's not a huge deal since you can't really see the gray underneath when it's right side up, but grr. The set looks awesome. I see why they wanted to use a transparent tile like this. Imagine the creativity that you can use just by putting light underneath. Think about putting a tablet or a TV under there and the cool color and lighting effects you could get. It would really immerse your players in the world like they're in the sewer. Using this sewer with the clear tiles in combination with a lot of their other stuff would make it feel even more alive, and it would make it stand out compared to a lot of the static gray or matte appearances. Having something that you can directly see beneath and through is really cool. And when it works and connects properly, it's awesome. However, remember that thing I told you to remember? Yeah, well, that's important. They are very aware that there are issues with this as far as me getting this review Kickstarter piece. And I experienced pretty much everything they said in that letter. When I was taking these apart, I broke more clips and pieces as I was going through this. I think total, by the time I was done, I had a small handful of broken clips. Some of it was so tight and snug, and actually even broke the really durable gray pieces just trying to get it out of the little bottoms. Because of that, I can't in good conscience recommend this product based on what I've physically seen. If they fix everything they've owned up to and say that they already fixed, then I'm sure this will be a great product. But until they put out some videos or send me a fully fixed set to review, I can't say go for it just yet, though I really want to, because their track record with their other stuff is awesome. I'll be using these a lot in the near future, so if you want to see them in action, I'll post them on Instagram whenever I play in campaigns with them, and they just sent me so much stuff. I don't actually play in sci-fi campaigns, so I'll happily give the sci-fi core set away during one of my upcoming D&D live streams on Tuesday nights. But seriously, check out the Dungeons and Lasers stuff. I'll put a link in the description below. Just decide for yourself if you'd rather wait to see how the fixed version of this one turns out or not. Thanks to Archon for sending me this stuff to review. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I hope that you all have a fantastic day.